you're 13-13 now. Time flies, huh?
Wow, 13-13 and a double full moon?
Mm-hmm.
We're all going to die tonight.
Your sleep last night was the first double full moon. This tonight and tomorrow will be the same. Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting indeed.
It's
all right.
like,
Mm-hmm.
wait, I'm so confused. Is it in game or actual?
Oh, yeah, in game. There's
In-game.
two moons.
Okay.
There's a huge silvery
Okay.
white moon and then a smaller cobalt moon, and they're both.
You could tell what kind of week I've
We
been
should start
having.
worrying if we have a double full moon.
2020.
Oh, that's true.
Something's
It tells you what kind of year when it's
Something's
like
gone wrong.
it's like, is it a double full moon now in real life? Wouldn't be surprising.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, when I saw that Ruth Gator Ginsburg that passed away earlier today, I was like, 2020. What? Yeah.
What?
She had, I think, pancreatic cancer, some complications recently, and
yeah,
she passed.
Well, let's get into the game where there's less apocalyptic events happening.
Well, you see, tonight.
Dan, no.
I'm
Dan,
kidding.
No, we're taking the night off, guys. Let's get real.
Great playing what you.
It's been real.
Awesome. All right, so we find ourselves once again watching over the keep late at night. The twin moons, I guess they're not twin moons, the two moons shining brightly in the sky above. Not a cloud in the sky. The snow has stopped falling, leaving about 3.5 feet to trudge through outside of the keep. There's been a lot of personal growth, along with some conflict, given the fallout of losing Caelynn. Her brother Orrin has shown up. Gosh, it's been just a rough couple of days here since everyone's come back. Things have been on the go for so long. Still feeling rather weary, I imagine. Everyone's settled in for a night's rest. Emil has recently received a letter from his Harper contact with a mission. And as everyone is resting and getting a good night's sleep, focus shifts from the keep over to a long hallway. Soft candlelights flickering, illuminating portraits of landscapes and people, and a hooded figure walks down the hallway. Footfalls echoing, muddled by the carpet, until reaching a fine table set up in the center of this moderately wide hallway. As he approaches and pulls down his hood, it is Emil approaching an already seated Winifred. And I'll let you take it away, Emil.
Thank you very much for coming. You anticipated me. Thank you. And Emil will sit.
Connection grows stronger, I would say, by the day.
That can only be a good thing.
Yes. What news have you?
You've heard of the encounter with Ythaz and Caelynn's disappearance?
Secondhand knowledge. I don't know all the details, but I am sorry for the loss.
Thank you. I'm afraid what I'm after tonight is maybe a bit of more mundane advice than you're used to me asking for.
I welcome it all the same.
I appreciate that. I think normally I might have asked Caelynn, but anyways, I've had obviously at this point, obviously at this point our focus is very much on Yathaz. I've had a message from Hermod that there may be a chance to save Caelynn at some point. So all of us are at this point very focused on those two strands of fate. I've had a bit of news from my past, just trouble in Calais, nothing that immediately pertains to the end of the world, but I'm kind of at a loss because there's a part of me that wants to deal with it because it's a chance to do good. I'm trying to convince myself that maybe there's a chance to gain some influence with somebody that might be able to help, but it's not a direct thing. This, if I go and do this thing, if I ask for help doing this thing, it doesn't immediately address Yathaz and Caelynn, and I'm afraid that maybe I'll be going the wrong way.
I'll say first that from the information I have gathered, there are no trails to pursue currently with Yathaz. And while certainly Yathaz is a great danger to the world, there's still so much suffering in the world. If you're seeking to reduce that even by a small measure, certainly that is worth your time. When there's nothing else to be done. Worth their time.
Thank you. That is wise. I've been thinking a bit about what my role might be and what's to come. I'm not, unlike you, for example, I'm not really much of a fighter. I don't see myself standing toe-to-toe with Yathaz or any of his minions in the final confrontation. I'll be there if I need to be and I'll help, but the further I get into my own story, the more I feel like I'm a counselor, a merchant of information, and someone who's trying to rally others rather than do things myself. I know you have some influence yourself. I might have asked Sterling Sam a bit about this since she seems to be the expert on this subject, but of course Sam's quite mercurial, so.
Indeed. Well, I think that's a fine self-assessment. I also see you very strongly, performing strongly in those roles. And certainly must follow your instinct as to where life is leading you.
I just don't want to be abandoning my friends in their time of need.
Well, certainly a conversation to be had with your friends, but I think that they'll find the same that I do. It's a bit inspirational to see you having such confidence in the direction you wish to go, and how well it fits with who you are and what you've become, what you've made of yourself. I think they'll find the same.
Emil very much thinks for a long minute about what she said. Again, that was very wise. When you say it that way, it makes the answers seem so obvious that I feel as though perhaps I have wasted your time a bit, and I apologize, but I appreciate your insight.
Of course, Emil, please don't feel that you can only come to me for grand things. Epic level questions or concerns or matters at hand. I'd rather enjoy your company, and I'm happy even to sit here and listen, if that's all you need.
Thank you. Well, I may very well take you up on that in the days to come.
I look forward to it.
I suppose one last question before I go back to sleep.
Yes. Jesus.
I'm feeling... I still don't really want to face down the Baron, obviously. I'd prefer to be anywhere in the world or the planes that he's not. But I wonder, we've done a lot of work to try and keep me safe from him. I wonder, because I know, I don't want to say he's your match, but that he's eluded you thus far, that he may think of something that we have not. So I still have some concerns about that. I guess this isn't really a question so much as a voicing of fears, but I think if it comes to it, I'll avoid the Baron if I can, if it's all the same to you.
I think that is a wise decision. Currently, the Baron benefits from the power of Yuthaz, and thus is bolstered. Should we, as a collective, in each our own way, manage to bring down Yuthaz, then the Baron will return to his previous power, and I will be able to find a suitable end for him. But in the meantime, I think it wise to avoid the Baron, for you in particular.
Understood. Again, thank you. I'll try and get some sleep now.
Well, I look forward to our next date, Emil. And the chairs and everything drift out, and you return to your sleep, nice and comfy, cozy. Well, morning rolls around in the Stormfall Keep. Yahoo! What do we want to do? Does anyone have anything they want to do first thing in the morning? Otherwise, we'll start at breakfast.
Aaron, when he gets up, would be looking for Emil.
Ah.
Like you would hear the door open and just him kind of stomping around until he found Emil.
Stomping. Well, I mean, Emil sleeping in the chapel and having an early breakfast, probably helping whoever... Emil won't start breakfast, but whoever gets there and starts breakfast, Emil will help.
Okay. Yeah, so he would look for Emil when finding him, and he wouldn't like wake him up. But he probably wouldn't be up super early either. If you're around other people, he would ask to speak to you privately. And you can see a letter in his hand.
Oh, yeah, that one. Okay. Out in the garden, perhaps?
Sounds good. And he will just go towards the front door and out.
What's on your mind, Oren?
I'm not very good with writing, so I like to address things in person, if you don't mind.
Fair
Of
enough.
course, I'm sure you know what I'm referring to, and he'll hold up the letter. And for those watching, if you're part of our Discord, you can find this letter in one of the Stormfall Discord servers. Channels, that's the word for it. You know, and he'll kind of roll it up in his hands and unroll it and roll it back up. You're probably right about Brewer. I will try to be more respectful.
Thank you.
Yes, it is true that my parents first wrote to me because they received Caelynn's letter first to pass on to me, that they wrote to me to come and help. And out of obligation, I did. But just because obligation brought me here doesn't mean that I'm not concerned for her. And I'm just not, and he's still kind of like unrolling and rolling up the paper in his hands. I'm just not equipped to express myself like some people are.
Fair enough. I just, if you feel that that's the reason that you're here, then you're welcome. Things are going to get very dangerous, and I wouldn't want someone to be here in a sense of obligation, but if you feel that this is the place for you, if you feel the emotional need to be here for your sister, then I have no objections, and I would never criticize that. And you don't have to express it to me or anyone except for possibly her.
I plan to. And yes, I do think that I need to be here. I may not always be as congenial and as open or caring as the rest of you are to each other, but I want to help.
Well, you haven't punched anybody yet, so you're more congenial than some of us.
Touché.
Your help is appreciated, Oren. And if that's how you are, then do my best to make sure I and everybody else accepts you for who you are.
I just do better, and these sort of situations aren't my forte.
Fair enough. Shall we have breakfast?
We should. And as the two of you walk out, he'll, she told me that she loved me in the letter that she sent. I've separated myself for so long that I don't really understand it. I don't really understand how, but I maybe I can learn.
Emil won't answer, but he'll put a hand on Oren's shoulder as they walk in.
When you put your hand on his shoulder, he kind of stiffens a bit, but then it relaxes. Okay, that's it. They'll go to breakfast.
Okay.
Okay, Dan.
Sorry. Felix, again, I don't want to just assume that you're in the kitchen. Do you feel like there would be any breakfast prep, or you want to task someone else this morning?
If Felix doesn't, then Aaron will.
Go for it.
Yeah, so Aaron will go
Okay.
make breakfast pizza.
Breakfast pizza. Okay. Oh my god. Is that like?
It's just like in Caelynn's mansion. It's just endless chicken. It's just endless pizza.
Okay.
It's not like pizza dough. It's like pancake dough, and then so you have like a pancake, and then it has like eggs, like over easy eggs, and like some bacon.
Okay.
And probably a few peppers if we have any here in the winter. Green peppers, bell peppers, not hot peppers. You know, trying to be healthy. Yeah.
That's amazing.
No, off topic.
Uh-huh.
I have cayenne pepper in my backpack. I forgot to take out.
Oh.
Oh no. Sorry.
No problem. What were you going to say, Emil?
I think Emil will try and make muffins for breakfast, and not really knowing how, but we'll make an effort. So maybe I'll just roll a flat d20. I'll let you know how terrible they are.
Yeah, perfect.
I can help you. I'll help you.
You can roll that d20 with advantage, Emil.
I will roll with advantage. Give me a second here.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, I've got to set up all my pretty dice. My beautiful dice.
That's so funny that
13.
Well, that's a pretty good success. Yeah, they're tasty muffins. Are you going for like sweet muffins or savory?
Probably savory.
Nice. So, it sounds like, are you making like a batch for everyone so everyone has like a choice, like they can take some, or are you looking just for a small batch to test for yourself?
I think small batch, so probably enough everybody could have half, maybe.
Okay. There are delicious baked goods between breakfast pizza, pancakes with toppings, and these tasty savory muffins. I feel like you didn't have to lift a finger. It's great.
My gracious. You always have this many breads for breakfast.
We like to carb load.
Carbohydrates are the heart's delight.
Excellent.
That's one way to put it.
I'll assume everyone's found their way to the kitchen at this point for breakfast. Yeah, so you find yourselves another day, no news, no updates. You've all kind of settled in after last week's game anyway. You know that it's just going to be some time before anything comes up. It's not going to be in the near future for any leads for you, Thaz or Caelynn. And you're just kind of looking at what your next step might be.
Emil will speak up once everybody, or almost everybody, is there. I've received information that there's trouble in Calais. It's not Yathaz, but it may be tied to something in my past. I feel a strong need to investigate. I'm not exactly sure where Miranda is in Calais, but I need to go there.
I'm just gonna stop eating. Did you just say? I know it's at. What exactly did the message say? She kind of clears her throat. She's kind of visibly getting a little bit uncomfortable.
I guess in broad terms, there was injustice and corruption. I'd like to investigate. I'd like to, if things are, if it's really lucky, I might be able to get a favor that we could potentially use against the Athals later. But even without the favor, it may tie in with. I spent time kind of all over Calais, so, and it is, as much as I don't really like Calais, kind of home. So, if there's injustice and corruption, it's something that I.
Did it have a name, or just the name of the town?
Just the name of the town is all I have to go on so far. Do you know where in Calais Miranda is?
Yeah. Close your throat. What did the person look like that sent it? Somebody at the door, or?
That may be a bit of a dead end, as the message arrived by deer.
Oh.
But
Miranda is my hometown.
Oh. See.
It's more south. I lived by a smaller southern mountain range in Miranda, and it's been a really long time since I've been back there. So, yeah, I could help you with.
I'd appreciate.
Still stuttering on her words and stuff.
I would appreciate the help. Dan.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this question out now.
Okay.
Melissa has given me a rough idea of where Miranda is.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think maybe it's anywhere near Chartreuse? And my backstory stuff?
I'm going to send you a message on Facebook.
Ooh.
Okay.
Whispers.
Super secret.
Whispers. Ugh.
All right. Here we are. I need to.
And that's not even legal. Is it?
Nice.
I'm not even gonna ask.
Wow.
He hasn't even sent the message yet.
Oh.
That's amazing. And
Just
yeah,
humor.
it's so believable. It's really
Right?
well played, yeah.
Right?
People assume the worst of you, Dan.
All right, let me send
Wow.
you this first.
That escalated.
Well, I
What
hope
kind of messages
everybody.
are you sending, Dan?
Well, while Dan is sending the message, I hope you, chat, are having a fantabulous night, day, depending on where you are in the world.
And we hope you enjoy biscuits, whatever the word means to you.
Hey, I'm the neutral side of biscuits.
I have staying out of that conversation still. It's lasted the entire day. I did say I wish biscuits were free. That's all I'm gonna say.
I even know how to make homemade biscuits.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good.
My dad is a chef. His dad learned how to cook. He used to be a chef in the Korean War. And both my dad and my grandfather had worked in like really high respected restaurants in the Oklahoma area, like the Mayo Hotel. It's a hotel in Tulsa, so I know a thing or two around the kitchen. He makes homemade Caesar salad from scratch, not like the dressing that you would buy from like the store, but actually knows how to make Caesar salad, and I'm making myself hungry. So
All the food. nice having chefs in the family.
I am tempted to eat a cayenne pepper raw.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm tempted.
If you're gonna do that,
Okay.
if you're
I was
gonna
like-
do that, wait until the end of session.
I was gonna say.
I'm going to.
Please
Well,
don't do it now.
no, like one of my classmates, she
you hurt
grows
yourself.
peppers. So she grows cayenne, ghost peppers, and Carolina Reapers. And she said that her cayenne peppers have been growing near her ghost and Carolina Reapers. And so I'm kind of worried. Yeah.
When I was at school, someone brought in some, I think it was ghost peppers, and this guy had one, and he had to go home. He was like shaking, throwing up. It was a good day. It was a fun lunchtime.
Was it in like uni or?
No, it was in. So before uni, we have either college or sixth form, which is like attached to what would be the high school you went to. So it was like the equivalent of that.
Why
So
would
it's like
somebody?
you can wear.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. So it's like normally we have to wear like uniforms and stuff, but when you're in sixth form, like you can just wear your regular clothes and kind of do what you want.
So the schools that I've always been curious, are the schools that wear uniforms, are they private schools or public?
No, all schools have uniforms.
Oh.
Even like your first school you go to, they still have uniforms.
Oh. That's not I would not survive school in the UK. I would rather wear my own clothes than wear a school uniform. Because
I think
To
they
me-
do it so that like,
it's uniform.
well, yeah, and it's like if you can't like, you can't buy the nicest gear or whatever, then everyone just looks the same because you're in the same uniform.
That's true.
Okay. All right. I think that's all of the important info then.
I mean, we didn't have any advertisement, so I couldn't sing. So
Aw.
that'd be the embarrassment.
Hmm. Okay. I'll leave that open just in case there's anything else that,
That makes sense.
Cool. All right. So, in fact, I will share this map. Let me switch over.
Map.
This
I'm
is
the
your-
map. I'm the map.
You're going to
I'm
want
the
to
map.
zoom in down
Sorry.
your Dunkirk. Of course. Oh my gosh, this map is so ridiculous. I have to resize this window here. Okay. You want to zoom in for our players. You know what? I'll switch over to other things so you can all see. Dunkirk, of course, being oh my gosh.
The place
I
of
thought
the
it was
D-Day
much closer.
landings.
Where all of our lovely I haven't set this one up, whatever. I'm just going to shut people off for a second so our viewers can see the map. So sorry. Dunkirk is where the city of Metz is. Rennes over on the west coast. The kingdom below that, Decredel, houses the town of Miranda.
And that's a different continent than what we're on currently, right?
Yes, this is back on Calais.
Okay. Where are we right now? I can't remember.
Yeah.
You're currently, oh my gosh, all right, let me open up a different map. You're currently,
Map. The map, Stan.
go.
Give us all the
I know,
maps.
all the maps.
We're on
Ephron.
Ephron, yeah.
Way down
South.
below the Wildwood Thicket, in fact. Above Ravenbrook, that little mountain range. You're in the center of this, the kingdom of above Ravenbrook there. Whee! Okay, sorry. All right, sorry, viewers. I didn't have the camera set up for this because of the most recent change. Hey, here's
Oh,
my,
someone has it drawn out or something.
Oh, that's so beautiful! That's amazing. I forgot about that. That's so fantastic. Okay. All right. I feel like I accidentally closed one of my fantasy grounds. Kidding me. So let's go back into that over here.
Still up here.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think the DM one's open. All right. Whew. So that is roughly where you're looking. Now, mind you, that means that if you're looking for your fast way over there, you're probably looking at either traveling to Rennes, the city of Rennes, via maybe the tower. You might be able to have. I think the city of Metz. I believe that Mort has the sequence for that teleportation circle, so that's another option. But you're going to be looking at some travel from there. Through on the road to get down there.
On the road again.
Nice.
Get on the road.
I mean, Metz has the Runekeeper if there's anything there that we would need to do.
Right, so
Owen just continues to slowly eat, looking around the table.
I mean,
Yeah.
Emil will try and talk everybody into going anywhere but Ren, because Emil hates Ren because it's his hometown. Echoes of episode 4.
That's amazing.
That would be nice to go see the Runekeeper again. I think we have.
Yeah.
We should probably update him on everything that happened.
Yeah, let's go see Rooney.
Is that his name, Rooney?
It's
No, I would never say that because his face don't ever do that.
That's his last name. His first name's Mickey.
Mickey, got it.
If you want to check out, he was in a film called Breakfast at Tiffany's with a exceptionally questionable performance that should never be repeated.
I'll have to check it out.
I can't get over that Hannibal from the A-Team was the male lead in that movie. Never gonna get over that.
Awesome. So everyone fills their bellies and has more conversation as it seems like, unless anyone wants to roleplay anything out differently. The group settles on. Does anyone have? How does everyone feel about heading to the Runekeeper and tackling this Miranda situation?
Emil, if it's important enough for you to go back to Calais, then I know it's very important.
Yeah, of course we'll help you.
Yes, it is. I guess it is.
Yeah.
I would like to enter. Oh wait, okay. Rain has not been with everybody. Rain has been in the temple.
Oh, okay. All right, good to know.
Are we?
He's like packing up his stuff and just sort of like sits down by a meal and is like,
Are we leaving today?
Anyone have any business they want to take care of before we leave? That's the posture Norden's going to take.
Yeah.
All right, everyone fills their bellies up. It sounds like there'll probably be some after breakfast packing, getting things sorted, put in place, and ready to go. By another hour and a half later, the stragglers are still packing the last minute items into their packs, and everyone finds their way.
oh, can I just say one thing before
Please.
we go? So I want to go up to Caelynn's bed and just leave the like indestructible dog toy on there. Just as like a
And now that you can shift its imagery, is there anything in particular you'd like it to look like?
Caelynn.
Okay. All right.
With like, because it can like move around and stuff.
Mhm.
So I'll have it like patrol the bed.
Okay. That's awesome. Is it like the Caelynn with the scar and the black smoke out of the eye? Or like OG. Yeah, that's awesome. A little hammer crackling lightning behind it, just very carefully.
Yeah.
Patrolling the bed. Okay. Slowly, about 10 minutes after every time everyone was supposed to meet, the last of the people. Rain, not just kidding. Blueberry.
Hey.
Just kidding. Find their way in. Although I feel like Aaron Wynn would probably be in that category. When you meet, yeah. But with that, that's that nice family vibe of everyone kind of the early people, the on-time people, and the little bit late people. Congregate, and you're all ready to use the teleportation circle and head back over to the city of Metz.
So, anything I should know about the city before we go? Never been.
It's beautiful. People are rich. People are snobs. There's a major college there with the Runekeeper.
I should feel right at home then.
Things are very expensive.
All right.
I feel like Rain was at Metz right after we saved the... Yes. Rain interfered in the ceremony.
Yeah, that's right. That is right.
Right. Oh,
Rain nearly killed the Runekeeper.
Oh, Rain.
Yep.
This is fun.
Curiosity killed. Yeah, almost killed the Runekeeper.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I totally blacked out when that happened, so yeah. I tried to block that out because I would have felt really bad as a player and as Rain in myself.
Oh, good times.
Let's do this.
All right, you all step into the teleportation circle. Oren, how many teleportation circles have you been through, would you say, if any?
I think that he's been, not through a ton, but he's been through a few, yes. So it's not unfamiliar to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neat. All right, in that case, you step inside with the door sealed to the room. It sinks into place magically. The many different tiers of 2-foot high sections of stone, maybe 7-8 foot wide a piece, start sliding each row in the opposite direction of the one above and below. The arcane symbols lighting up on some of them. The energy starts crackling as it reaches a whirring pace. Energy dances across the floor, lighting up the runic circle beneath your feet. And once again, everything goes black. You feel like you're being pulled warp 6 by the scruff of the front of your clothing. And just as quickly as it started, snap! You snap back. Everything lights back up, and you are standing in the center of the teleportation circle in the city of Metz and the university. Much grander in scale. 5 or 6 wizards here just walking about, managing the room, and see you all arrive. One hurries over with a clipboard and, yes, welcome. I was not expecting you. Sorry you are, yes.
Stormfall Alliance.
I'm so sorry. I just wasn't expecting this. This is a pitch of an honor. I call sort of some of the other people that kind of come around. Oh, some of them are a little more socially open and forward than others, and a group of these wizards they want to come over and shake your hands and greet you and welcome you to the city of Metz.
Just a note that everyone will notice that Aaron, even though he's not used to this group, he takes to this meet and greeting and kissing up to people pretty well. Is in his element.
Nice. I've heard so much about you all. He says, "Oh, such an honor." So there's some fan personing going on. Before the head person, or the person that greeted you initially with the clipboard, finishes scribbling some information on it. And where can I direct you anywhere. How may I help you?
We're actually, this is just kind of, we're just stopping through on our way further traveling south, because this is faster than going on a boat. So if yeah. Erwin is very clearly nervous.
Rain, I feel like Rain would still have the memory here of almost killing the Runekeeper, so the hood is just going up and just like.
Nice. Okay.
Is the I'm sorry, I'm not sure what her position was, but there was a woman named Tara who worked here.
Oh yes. She's in charge between the city and our university.
Yes, that's what it was. Is she available on our way through here?
Oh,
I'd hate to disturb her, but
I'm sure she would make time for all of you. Yes, I'll send word as a location where I can tell her to find you.
Perhaps I could just put in a quick word with her as while my friends are arranging transport. That might be the easiest.
Of course. Perfect. I'll send word immediately. And they head off. And the rest of you, of course, are welcome to go where you need to, where you have access. What would y'all like to do? Oh, sorry.
Emil, are you all big shots now or something?
Seemed like it.
Hope not. Well, I mean, this is the Runekeeper's home, and the Runekeeper did nearly die a while back, and we've helped out. But yeah, I wouldn't say big shots. I think just the wizards who may have been there when the Runekeeper nearly died maybe recognize us from that.
Well, I'll say the people that just came out to greet you were doing so out of respect. I could tell.
Let's go see the Runekeeper.
Yeah, I was.
This is. I don't like being around all these university people. Let's go. Let's go.
I'll jump up into Erwin's arms so she can snuggle me.
I'll ask around for. Well, I guess we'll ask around for any of these guys to escort us if the Runekeeper is available.
Okay. Well, I'll certainly check. Let me put you in charge with someone, well, frankly, above my pay grade. Yes, just one moment, and I will get an answer for you, sir. And let's see. Oh, and I sent you a message as well on Facebook, if and when you get the chance. No rush. I just don't want to forget. Okay, so let's see. They're going to head off and try and find someone that knows more about the Runekeeper, as they don't all have that level of access. So let's see. You end up waiting here for a little bit. They have a bit of a waiting room outside here. And they ask you to relax. They have some servants bring you drinks and some snacks in case that's what you like. Again, everything is very highfalutin here because it's the city of Metz and everything is grand and must be the best of the best. After just a brief little while, you get Tara. Actually, is going to return first. She's going to get word and head right over. Sorry, I have to reply real quick. Here we go. Let me just see how this will go. Okay. And one last thing. Man, I really should put Tara's notes in here. Okay. So Tara is the first to greet you. Oh, a pleasure to see you all again. It really is. And Emil, how are you?
Oh, well, Tara, I was trying to remember. You're a liaison between the university and the city, correct?
Correct.
We're traveling to a place called Miranda. Do you know what the best way to arrange quick transportation would be? And if anybody around here might actually know kind of the political landscape or any news from Miranda?
Well, certainly I can inform you of some of that, but Miranda, over the past few years, has become a bit of a hotspot. It's considered by many to be a grand city where one's hopes can come true. Arranging passage will take nothing at all. The people are headed there in droves. There's a caravan headed down there at least once a week from Metz.
What's brought this on? This seems new.
Oh, it's become very prosperous as of perhaps a few years ago now. And it's a land of dreams where you work hard and commit yourself, and it will all come, and you'll be paid back in spades.
So, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I seem to recall that Tara speaks Thieves' Cant.
She does. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Emil will totally Thieves' Cant. That's not what I've heard.
Oh, okay.
And then ask about, like, how quick is verbally, how quick is the transportation, but kind of signing, yeah, that's not what I'm hearing.
So she'll give, whatever answer. The travel depends, because there's caravans that go down. Now so many people are going, they go. There's some issues on the road that they run into. Sometimes they travel in these convoys. But in Thieves' Cant, she's also a member of the Harpers. So in Thieves' Cant, she'll let you know that that is its face value, but there are whispers of oppression through. She doesn't know the means, but that there's definitely a darker side to this. People have gone missing. I think she'll know, and she'll reference, and some other issues, but nothing definitive. They just don't have much information. Sorry, just a moment though. Garrick, please enter if you would. I by good fortune, our friends are here. She gestures back to a doorway nearby.
Oh, hello. Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Are you the Stormfall Alliance by chance?
Or some of it.
That's great. Galithor sent me to help you.
Where did you see
Clearly.
Galithor?
In Sigil.
Did he send us the safe word? And Emil will pull his dagger. I'm totally bluffing, by the way, but you want, but I'm in on this now.
Galithor doesn't swing that way.
That's definitely not what we heard.
You broke me.
That's amazing.
Is that 2 today? Ed?
Probably, yeah.
Arnold raises eyebrows.
And what do they see as you interact with them? What's your appearance?
Sure. Garrick Gerhardt is a rock gnome. You can see that he has all sorts of tools hanging from his belt. He is clearly an artificer.
Nice.
Nice.
So about this lich then?
Wait. Is Galathor still in sigil? How is he doing?
It's pronounced Sigil. He's doing okay.
Emil,
Is he-
He's always okay. He's a big boy, can take care of himself.
Well,
wow, you
yeah.
sound so enthused.
How did you come to know
Hmm.
Galathor?
Well, as you know, he's a paladin of Helm, and I'm the head of R&D for the defense arm of the Church of Helm. So 1 + 1 = 2.
2 + 2 = 4.
You're both helmets. Do you have any knowledge on the lich that we're after?
Well, he told me that you were looking for someone named Ormia.
We did find her.
Well, what am I doing here then?
Well, unfortunately, we still have Yathaz at large, and Ormia kind of traded positions with someone named Caelynn, so there's still a search ongoing.
Wait, wasn't Caelynn part of the Stormfall? He mentioned that you traveled in a party and Caelynn was supposedly a member?
She was. Is.
This is all very confusing.
I know.
We were on our way to see the Runekeeper if he's available. Why don't we fill you in on the story as we walk?
Dan,
All right.
I have a question.
Oh, certainly.
With Zone of Truth, does it have to be like... hang on. While that was going on, Rain would cast Zone of Truth on the new guy.
You can also insight check him instead of using a spell slot.
I mean, that's true. I'm gonna do that instead.
Oh, okay.
I forgot about that. So
Then it's a little less trouble.
by this rate, I feel like Rain kind of likes a little trouble. Insight.
Yeah.
Yay! I have proficiency.
Nice.
Emil,
No. 17, Dan.
That's up to Garrick. If there's, what is it you're looking for? Just like to see if he's telling the truth?
That and if he's just giving him a vibe check.
Appropriate.
With a 17, Garrick, what do you feel?
Garrick doesn't have any vibrators on him.
Nice.
No, he seems pretty forthcoming.
I phrasing. That was awesome.
so what are your both helmets?
Fireman's helmets. Okay, sorry. Oops, that was loud. Yeah, so you really don't get much of an impression. He seems to be very, very just
Forthgoing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and so you. Oh, I'm sorry, Divine. You go ahead. You had something for Emil. My bad.
She's gonna move towards where Emil is at, and let me look at your spells. She's going to fucking Dan.
She's gonna what?
No! Roll performance. Just kidding.
I've got a response to that would terms of service, guys.
Yeah, terms of
yes,
service. You gotta be
So
careful.
anyway, she's going to point towards him and cast message and whisper, whoever you were talking to, ask about someone named Mel.
Okay, can you type that in the emote or message me so I can?
Yep. And you can reply back in a whisper.
Will do.
As they're doing the walking, talking thing, Mort will sort of lag back and let wherever Garrick is get ahead of him, like 30 feet. And then he will cast Sending to Galathor.
Oh, okay.
And the message will be, Galathor, do you know an incredibly cheerful fellow named Garrick? And did you send him to find us? You can reply to this message.
Why, yes, I did send Garrick. Has he not gotten there yet? Question mark.
This was a trap last time. You remember this, Mort, right?
Yeah.
You used every spell slot you have trying to get one simple message to Galathor.
I'll cast it again. Yes, he has arrived in Metz. We are at Metz. We're heading to Miranda. And I don't have enough. And you owe me a spell slot and a message.
Metz? Question mark. I sent him to Zambora.
I'm not gonna
Oh, that's awesome.
Does he say question mark like he's doing a telegram? Excellent.
Oh, okay. This is, of course, as you're all headed down to the elevator. You arrive at this particular portion of hallway that has the cross collapsible gate swung open. The doors are lifted. You step inside, everything's closed. Door opened right up again as you've instantly been transported down to level 20, the 20th subfloor of the campus here, Tensor University. On Caelynn here in the city of Metz. And you find yourself again in this long, sprawled out hallway. Everything's been renewed in here. Long red carpets, brand new, the gold trim. You walk down the hallway towards, it has dim lighting here with candles and such ever-burning lights. But as you get towards the end, the library stands grand, everything brand new. Well, except for, of course, the books and its contents. But reconstructed, you have arrived to the Runekeeper's library, his den. And if you were to step inside, if you, for those that wish to, you would see the Runekeeper in the distance, in the very center of the library, reading about 5 or 6 books that hover in front and above him. Enter, please. It's good to have you here.
Aaron will almost like run in, excited.
Oh,
He waves his hand, the books close and will stack up neatly on a desk nearby. Oh, you have some new members?
Arn will bow deeply at the waist.
Even
Arn Amakir.
will bow deeply, not at all. No, I'm just kidding.
She'll bend backwards instead. Take that. Yeah.
I had that. I'm sorry. It was just like popped in my head.
That's awesome.
She'll nod her head. I'm gonna mute myself.
It's okay. He looks,
Dan, what form is the Runekeeper in?
in his human form, though for those that haven't seen, for the characters that haven't seen the Runekeeper, very distinguished, salt and pepper hair. Even sitting down in this high wingback chair, he probably stands like 10 or 11 feet tall if he were to stand up.
Human appearing, Dan?
Mostly human, but has some non-human features to the bone structure in his face. A little bit of points on the ears. Not quite enough to be half elf though.
Okay.
Looks over at Garrick. Gives a nod to Warren. Well, I've heard some of the news.
Yeah, we were just passing through, and we thought we would keep you informed about everything that we've experienced so far.
Councilperson Shuffletrot has shared some. But please do fill me in. I'll definitely skip the role play as I've had you all do this so many times. So
We
so
fill him
sorry.
in.
Yeah. I see.
Raina's not with the group. She's kind of hiding behind a bookshelf.
Oh, okay.
Just out of not fear, but just embarrassment and just yeah, we're almost killing the Runekeeper. So
Okay.
they're hiding.
That is a loss, but it sounds as though there is still hope to return our friend.
Yes, there definitely is, and we're going to bring her back.
If anyone can do it, it is certainly all of you. It's a slight smile.
You're too kind.
What brings you to my humble abode?
Rumors of trouble in Miranda. We're headed in that direction to investigate.
Huh. Well, I'm glad to see you're still doing good in the world.
Still trying.
Please partake of some food with me, won't you? You must be. Some of you look rather hungry. He summons forth some treats, some sweet treats. So, never have you known the Runekeeper to be into culinary bits. Perhaps this is something that's new, given his near-death experience. But he has some confectionery treats. And Rain, even you behind the bookcase, although he doesn't, he's respecting your distance. From the row behind you floats up a couple of soft baked goods, like a bear claw and some things like that.
I take them.
Is there any way I can assist you in the work you're looking to do? Takes a bite. A cinnamon roll. It's all sticky.
I think mostly at this point we were looking for information and transportation, and we've been speaking with Tara about that.
He nods to Tara. Yes, she is knowledgeable in these matters. Many matters. Oren, you are Caelynn's
Brother?
I see. Hmm. And he just continues looking around. Well, since I have you all here in person, I wish to, despite the losses, certainly many things were gained in your efforts inside the Omega Curtain. You seem more contemplative, introspectively, than he's been in the past. I will keep you updated, certainly, as anything arises. It is good to see you all. I find myself appreciating some of the smaller pleasantries life brings day to day since my experience. Thank you, all of you that saw to my return.
We would definitely be grateful for any information that came our way. Obviously,
Absolutely.
with the 1,000 Caelynn having disappeared, we're definitely in a time where we need to gather all the information and perhaps all the allies that we can.
You should know that in another portion of the world there is a matter likely not of any concern to you now, but there is a creeping death running rampant. There, locally, they call it the shadow rot. Energy pours from the shadow realm into the prime and eats away at that which is living. We have agents working on this situation.
The university.
More those that friend Sterling Sam has found competent to tackle such matters, including some of the friends that you traveled with recently.
It's good to know.
Just to make you aware of some of the larger events. Yes, I'll keep you apprised on that as well. Will you be staying here in Metz before traveling?
I suppose until we can arrange for transport to Miranda. We were told of a caravan that runs there out of Metz.
Tara will speak up. Oh, yes. It travels weekly. I do believe I'll have to check it either tonight or tomorrow night that it's heading out again. They welcome all numbers. So I will find that out certainly first thing. She'll take a coin. You'll see her take a coin out of her pocket, hold it, and seem to send a message. Yes, I should hear back soon. Kind of looks up at the Runekeeper. She keeps a bit of a bow in front of the Runekeeper, not like locking eyes with him or anything. Still recovering a bit, and I'd love to entertain you longer, but stay for some more food, please, and drinks, but I'll have to rest a bit shortly. I've been studying a number of matters at hand, and I find myself a bit tired. Leans back in the seat. And so you have a little time to eat and drink and catch up on some smaller bits. You do see a more, not a human side, but more of a in the moment side to the Runekeeper. Of course, time to an ancient gold dragon is entirely different than the way the rest of us perceive it, living a century or less. Typically, not for all of you, of course, but seems to just be appreciating the day-to-day as much as he can. Before, one point, kindly asking, thanking you all for visiting and sending you off.
Could Arn would kind of trail behind the group and turn just as the rest are exiting back towards the Runekeeper and bow deeply again. May I have a word?
Yes, please.
I won't be long. Thank you. And he'll step closer. And he'll kind of look back at the door and make sure everyone's gone. I am, as you are aware, new to this group. You seem to know them, and I can tell that you are respected in a position of authority here. May I ask, they are, what are they like?
Oh.
I've been staying with them for a day, 2, and still trying to get a hold, but it's hard since they are, well, upset, of course.
Yes, understandably. My honest impressions? The canine is loyal, full of heart. Dangerous if provoked. Mortimer is cautious, calculating. Committed to those he travels with, to those he calls a friend. Aaron, eager, wide-eyed in many regards, troubled somewhat, but a kind soul. I haven't had too many interactions with Devanya yet. I sense great pain resides within her, but I feel she seeks herself. She seeks her place in your group and in this world. There is a strength within her that's not seen in many. I do not know your new, smaller companion.
Neither do they.
Emil has the ability to inspire others. A very keen perception of right and wrong. Compassionate to a great degree. And perhaps a bit snarky. In a good way. A young one that is no longer so young, Rain. Very inquisitive, which is a trait they and I share. I feel she would run headlong into danger for those they care about. I feel they're also seeking their place, not as much in your party, but just in the world. I don't think they've found their calling yet.
And may I ask of your opinion on my sister?
Such strength, concern for others, love, the raw love that she had for those she traveled with, the burdens of caring, and many a burden she laid upon herself in the love that she had for others. Those she traveled with and called friends, and anyone that crossed her path that she felt deserving. She was carrying such a heavy weight. It was one of the few things that surprised me in these past few centuries, is that she stayed on such a straight and narrow path, a determined path, regardless of that weight she carried on her shoulders. Such strength is not seen nearly at all.
Thank you. Also, if there's anything I can do to help in your efforts, I know he bowed and he kind of straightens up again. I have experience in the courts. I up in the northern Elven armies, I did reconnaissance, and I worked in the exchange of information.
Runekeeper stands up, a little bit weary, and walks over in a shifting manner. He'll just sort of, his form shifts like 20 feet at a time as he approaches. And now he's sort of 3-4 feet in front of you, looking down. Thank you, Ulrich. Amakir. You have lived many lives in your lifetime so far. I can see you've been through many ordeals, many things. If you are feeling lost at all, then just know you've surrounded yourself with the right people. You'll find your way.
He'll bow deeply again. Thank you. I've taken up too much of your time.
A parting gift, Orin, if you'll have it. And he puts his hand, large humanoid dragon hand on your shoulder for a minute. And you feel that you now have the ability and know how to summon an extra dimensional space, that you feel the bond that your sister had with it, and that it may just be something to share in her memory.
Thank you.
Of course. Do take care. Turns to head back to his chair.
Aeon will immediately turn around and head out.
Okay. All right, you find everyone else sort of waiting down by the in the elevator, down by the elevator, and you pile in. And Tara says, "Yes, I've received word. Yes. Let us leave here and return to the main floor." And you do up the elevator, out of the elevator, just as you see someone bursting out of the bathroom across the hallway. Oh, whoo! They say they're exaggerating as they step out. And that's where we'll take our bio break as we get started a little bit late. So, all right. So for anyone that doesn't know, we take like a 10-minute bio break. So we're going to do that. We're going to get some fresh coffee, and then we'll catch y'all back here. Yeah. All right, BRB, we'll leave our audio hot because we are.
So this is my distresser.
Oh,
I made a little sloth mask.
Yesterday and updated.
Nice.
Remind myself to take everything slow.
I like it. It's wise.
And not to stress out over the little things as well, so.
Got it.
I think I'm gonna go make me some tea.
Go for it.
Alright. Which ones have I tried? I got a question for you.
Shoot.
L or D?
D.
Alright, hashtag Dunkabasement is gonna be the next tea I try. And then Lady in White will be my last one. Out of my fandom teas
Nice.
that I got last week.
Christmas is around the corner.
Sing it, Dan. Sing it. Hey there, Half Donut. Hey there, Danny Phantom. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. It's going okay. Yeah. Half Donut, we're expecting that when you say Miranda, just the right tone of voice, Stefania's eyes go blank, and then Stefania flips out and grows wings and beats up an entire bar room full of people.
What you snacking on there? I almost called you Mort.
Tasty cake. Peanut butter.
Ooh. Steph, it looks like cookies.
Roasted chickpeas.
Ooh.
Nice.
Now, I don't think this counts as a traditional biscuit, but
Here we go.
our
Careful.
Oreos no, I'm talking about the British cookie. British biscuit.
Our Oreos biscuit, and Beth shows up at that moment.
Perfect timing, Beth.
I had my headphones in. I heard biscuits.
Oh.
What do I call them?
I was just wondering. I'm the Switzerland of biscuits.
I'd say
Shirley.
because they're an American brand, I wouldn't call them a biscuit. Like I
Ah.
would call that a cookie.
It's
I'm
just
gonna
a
get
cookie.
like a shirt that just has like a biscuits on it now, just to wear
Do
every
it.
Friday night.
Do it. Yeah, Warren filled me in on the biscuit war. I'm just like, why would you start that war?
I mean, it's a delicious war.
I just realized I have to
Oh,
get
I mean,
my
like
blood
actual
up.
biscuits are delicious. I'm not talking about this.
Not the American
Aberration.
biscuit.
This weird
Yes,
thing that
yeah.
Americans do that they put white sauce on.
Now,
I
do
think
you like biscuits, Frank? Because you're North. They don't really.
I've had the joy of sausage gravy
Okay,
and biscuits.
all right. I know that I've been to like, we
It's a South
visited
thing.
we visited Pennsylvania once. Me and a friend did. Well, I mean, I've been to Pennsylvania a couple of times, but we went there specifically to Pittsburgh one time. It was my first time there, and my kind of first time, kind of the farthest north I think I'd been at the time,
okay.
maybe, except maybe Columbus. I think it was a little bit farther north than Columbus is from me, and we went to a diner for breakfast, and he brought out some, food, And I was like, oh, because I didn't see it on the menu. And I was like, oh, do you have any biscuits? And he was like, what? And I was like, biscuits. And I described them to him and he was like, oh, we don't do this for breakfast. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. So, yeah. It's definitely a state thing.
It's Oklahoma. We do have biscuits and gravy. I know that Missouri does. No, Indiana, and that's like north.
Yeah, it wasn't really a thing in Boston either.
So, like, when you say gravy, like in my head,
yeah,
it's like
okay. They call it gravy, but it's a cream. It's
like what does it have in it? Like
okay,
it depends. You can make it different ways. You can put like sausage in it. You can put bits of sausage
Ed,
in it.
How do you make traditional gravy?
You want to do that, Ed, or you want me to take it?
Please go ahead. I've only had sad excuses of biscuits and gravy.
Okay,
over here on the West Coast.
All right, you start with a sausage roll. Okay. All right, sausage roll. A roll of sausage
roll. Right. Okay. See, sausage roll means something else in the UK. So
right. So you break that up in a frying. You break that up in a frying pan. Brown that up. Okay. Take the sausage out. Leave the drippings. Okay.
Okay.
Heavy cream and flour. Stir,
cream
stir.
With sausages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Stir until it thickens up to a nice viscosity.
Yeah.
And serve over hot biscuits. Oh yeah, put the sausage back in after it comes to a nice.
I don't do sausage gravy.
And it is to die for.
I don't do sausage gravy. I just do plain gravy.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know it was cream, and that's just ruined it even more.
It becomes a nice roux of sausage and flour and cream, and it becomes it's just.
My mom literally just walked past the living room, and I was like, I don't do sausage and gravy, and she mouthed, it's so good.
Well, I'm terribly sorry, Mariah's mum, who I don't know.
I will let her know. I mean, it's like a culture thing. I think it's just like a state to state thing.
A random woman on the other side of the world says she's wrong about her food choices. It's
kind of like hot dogs and a few other things. It's just from state to state. It's different.
Beth, she knows who you are. So
I don't know who she is, though.
I know. Wait, what, Mom?
Melissa said she'd be right here.
Wait, what?
So Beth, a sausage roll is a pastry, right?
Yeah, like a pastry with sausage in the middle.
Beth here does not have a refined palate because she's from the UK and her palate.
Whoa!
That's what my mom said.
Just different.
Have a refined palate for really good food.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom. You dug myself in a hole.
Wow.
Sausage rolls are a pastry in Australia too, with sausage in the middle.
I just meant sausage meat that's packed in a roll.
It's like a sausage tube.
Yes.
No, that's what my mom said.
That makes it worse.
It really is.
That's not my words. That's what my mom said.
My mom just called it
conveniently we can't hear what your mom's saying, so I'm going to put that on you.
See, they probably make packaged sausage gravy, but it's probably not very good.
Oh, I would no, don't. Yeah.
What would that look like? That'd be so gross.
Oh, processed. It's already
it's already bad.
It's
already bad, and it's bad for you. And plus, there's too much stuff on there that would just not taste good if it was
not fresh.
Gravy.
Yeah, if it wasn't fresh. Even like a couple of days old. No. Even like a day old. No, not really.
So what does the biscuit taste like? Is it sweet? Is it savory?
No, it's not sweet.
It's like a roll, but it's like
it tastes like flour.
Very heavy in the flour. Yeah.
Very dry.
No, it's
very
buttery,
heavy.
guys.
Biscuit conversation has been going on the entire day.
Depends on how much butter you put into the mix.
You have to put butter into it.
Yeah, you put a lot of butter in there.
And it's flaky
for everybody's
and soft and He can also make layered biscuits that like can peel off the layers, and
Oh,
it's
I love
just-
those
it's
biscuits.
an experience.
There's different types.
Steph, are you having like a moment? Are you okay?
I am having a moment. I can't eat
Just like-
biscuits now.
Okay,
it's
so
the saddest
for-
thing in my life.
For chat, for
Oh.
clarification, so on Madbird Draws, Warren brought up the war between biscuits, like American biscuits, and I wasn't there. I was just informed, and then this war has been going on since this afternoon. So, yeah,
I'd like
I'm-
to think
I'm
it's,
the
it's
neutral
America
zone.
versus like the rest of the world.
pretty much.
Yep.
I totally get what
Imperial.
the European tea biscuit and all that is.
I
It's-
think the biscuit
nothing wrong with
conversation
that.
has brought in like bots. Like we literally just got like
I
6 bots in a
know.
row.
Oh yeah, they just
Uh-huh.
somebody's talking about biscuits. Get in there.
You dug myself in a hole.
Thanks for catching that, guys.
That's
You
awesome.
said that my friend from the UK doesn't have a refined palate.
You just toss
You
wood
said it on the
fire.
internet.
Oh. I misinterpreted my mom because I can't relate it. She said that you have to have a refined palate to have a taste of sausage gravy.
That's still a backhanded. That's still a slap in the face. It's not as that.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my tea
Okay.
and cookie.
Nice.
Biscuit?
Awesome.
No,
Okay,
Oreos.
let's keep going. Let's
Oreos.
move on. We're done. We're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
And with that, I'll say that, man, this NPC, I forgot how quickly I forget her name.
Tara?
Tara. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know why. Replies, yes, tonight, sometime after dinner, that is when they'll be, the next convoy will be leaving. So, we have 6 or 7 hours, I believe, to make use of Metz as you see fit. But I think by 6 or so in the evening, you wish to be by the southern gate. I can make sure that you are seen off, gathered with the proper convoy, and we'll take care of the travel expenses.
Sounds good.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Of course, least we can do. So is there anything in particular you want to do in Metz, or you just want to, okay. All right. So you have some, what you got, Emil? Anything?
Just, I had a couple of extra questions
Okay.
for Tara, but they're probably aside because I'm gonna ask discreetly if there's a harbor contact that she's aware of down there. I'm gonna ask about somebody named Mal, and that's probably it, I guess. But
Okay. She does not. There's no harbor contact that she's aware of down there currently. She says that Mal is the governor's name.
okay, good to know. I'll pass that on to Devanya. Actually, I might have that spell as well. Give me a second here. I have too many spells. Okay, no, I'll just pass it along to her at some point in the 6 or 7 hours discreetly that Mal is currently the governor of Miranda.
Would you like to have any response to either? Not that you have to.
He's still alive?
Could be a different one, I suppose.
Sure, she won't respond after that.
All right, the evening afternoon and evening slowly passes by. You're able to find, you sort of have a pass today for food and drink and other stuff. So you can take in the site. It has the water system that runs in a circular fashion around Metz. The tunnels that run through different areas in this ring of water that have all the beautiful lights that shine down.
Did they ever clear those out? Of the proto-vampires down there?
Yes,
Okay.
if you ask about, they'll be like, oh yeah.
I think Emil would ask, all things considered.
Okay, yeah. Like, oh, right. No, those, yes, absolutely. What a nightmare. But yes, they were cleared out. All is well. Thank you again for bringing that to our attention. Before finally meeting up with the convoy outside, you're not introduced to whomever's running. It's just some people that, make money. It's different convoys you can get set up on. And Tar has gotten you hooked up with this one. There's probably a good 18, 20 people or so in this convoy already. There are numerous wagons, covered wagons, that are set up here for the trip. And a couple additional ones that appear to be just holding some goods to be rations and other things, first aid equipment and whatnot for the trip. You're looking at about, let me pull that image back up. I think it's maybe not quite a week, but somewhere around a week. From here to there, I'm just going to zoom in. Wait, no, I'm sorry, you're up in Metz. Right. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So about a week and a half's travel. So buckle up. I guess they've reported the traveling convoys. There's, of course, money to be made. They've also, there's some wildlife. You have to traverse a forest between our kingdom and the neighboring kingdom. And, of course, there's creatures on the road. There's less of a trail there, though they're trying to make one for a more established route. But you're all set up. You'll be sharing some of these rather large covered wagons with some others, sort of amongst yourselves as well. I wish you the best. And do you have any questions about the trip or anything I can answer before you leave?
As long as we get out of the city, the mist isn't good for my tools.
Oh, of course. Well, I do wish you all the very best, of course. And should you have need of Metz or come through again, please take the time to find me. I do enjoy
I do
your
have
company.
one.
Yes.
How long has Mal been the governor?
I don't have many of the specifics, but I do believe that at least since it's gained its status as a grand city where your dreams can come true, in perhaps a few years.
That's ironic.
Oh,
Thank you.
no, of course. Oh, very well. I do hope the city is all that it is measured to be. She'll give each of you just a farewell. And you get to set out on the road. All right.
On the road again.
Yoo! First night. Let's see. It's winter, so the nights start early. So it's already 6 o'clock. It's already to twilight hour. It's 6:37 by the time everyone's packed up and ready to. The convoy's ready to head out. You feel the whoop of the wagons as the covered part is down currently, as there's no poor weather. The sky again is open tonight. The galaxy stretches across the sky above you. The two moons, the smaller cobalt one and the larger silver white one, are full. They're both full again tonight. And this night is peaceful, quiet, kind of droning with wheels riding over the dirt of the tracks of the trail. Unless anyone has any roleplay they want to do, it's just kind of act as almost a lullaby, sort of lulling you to sleep for some rest tonight. Okay. Tonight. Good.
Sorry, I was muted.
No problem.
Raina's they're at the trial. Raina's gonna pull out their journal and just look through old notes to gain memory back from past lives that they've had. So.
Okay. All right. Word is passed back to the different drivers and passed back to the passengers by the driver's set. They'll be driving through the night tonight. Each other night, they'll be resting. Of course, you'll be camping each night. But because they start out to get an early, the horses are fed and rested, and they can really get a head start by starting at this time. So you're able to sleep through the first night. And the second day is smooth travel. As the next night comes around, you all start setting. Camp is being set by some of the drivers, but they also ask for help amongst the passengers. There's a number of people that aren't going to hear it. They paid for this, and they're just waiting for others to set up their stuff. But there's plenty of people that are also helping set up. Which camp, as it were, would you all like to be in? Do you want to help set up for the night?
Yeah, I'm gonna help set up for tonight.
Awesome.
I'm gonna do a little like patrol around the camp just to make sure everything's all good.
Make a perception check with advantage, please, Blueberry.
Are there like families in the caravan, or is it mostly just like adults?
It's a whole mix. There's definitely families. There's some elderly folks. There's some young folks. There's some newlyweds. Your small section was about 18 to 20 people, but you're traveling along with some of these other convoys, sort of all together. So there's probably several dozen people altogether, upwards of 50 maybe.
If there's any like kids in our like immediate area, Erin's gonna do her best to like keep them entertained.
Ah, okay.
So she'll have like a mage hand helping set up, and then just be playing with the kids.
Why do you have 3 hands?
Magic, little one.
Oh. Is it supposed to be purple?
No, it's supposed to be bronze.
Oh, that's bronze.
She'll think about it and change the color.
Nice. Huh. Yeah. It's just one of those kids. But the others are very entertained.
she'll just have fun.
Okay, good.
Aren's going to entertain the adults too. He's going to sit down and get out his dulcimer. Start playing.
It's been a while. That's amazing. I never heard this. Cool. So you start playing. Oh, you know what, Oren? Go ahead and make a performance check. Yeah.
All right.
You can have advantage because you set the scene. Blueberry, what'd you get in your perception check? Sorry.
19.
Okay. The coast is clear. Regular woodland animals, no predators, nothing that is setting off any alarms for you.
Cool.
With advantage, it's 30-20.
Oh, nice. It is a beautiful melody. One that a lot of these people have never heard. It's foreign to them. So, enchanting, mystical. All right. So for those that are helping set up, you encounter one of the people that was in one of your carts. Not really talkative beforehand. They're... gosh, I don't know how long furbolgs live, but they seem to be a little bit I don't know if that's old. Around 250 years or so. 250 years old. Male, furbolg. He has really short, curled gray hair. Okay, so a little on the older side. And brown eyes. Has his rough green skin. Stands about 8'3". Despite his age, still has a fairly muscular build. Sharp features, but sort of like a bland face. And he's helping set up. He's regularly, you've heard of anyone on his campus, he gets out of breath really easily. You see him, clean, working, setting up one of the tents. Can one of you, forgive me, he's got a tent set up and he's getting ready to spike it, a hammer in the spike, a rope stretched taut, but he just doesn't have the strength in this moment of being winded to hammer. I can hold this if you'll hammer. Eddie.
Rain's gonna step up and help him.
Oh, thank you, dear. Passes a hammer off and kind of lines. It's like a 2-foot spike, so he got it angled out to where go. I trust you.
Be careful with that thumb detector.
He gives a good laugh. Yeah. Oh, right. That's, I didn't think of that. Yes. He kind of leans back a bit and grabs it way down by the grass. Go ahead. I'm ready.
Rain is just gonna take the hammer and just swing at it.
Okay. It hits his face. I'm just kidding. Dunk, chunk, hits a spike. Kunk, kunk, down till it's like enough for him to let go, and you can hammer it down the rest of the way. Oh, thank you. You seems to be searching for your name.
Rain.
Rain. And he turns over to Garrick. Did you
Garrick Gerhardt, I'm sure the pleasure is yours.
It is. And you see this little tiny mouse scurry up out of a pocket across the shoulder and kind of look at you too, curiously. And then he takes some cheese, some crumbled cheese out and feeds the little mouse. Oh, well, yes. Oh, well, going. My man is my name is Goldeneth. It's a pleasure to meet you both. As we'll be traveling together for the next week and a half or so, figured I would make some introductions. Care to help me with the rest of the tent?
Not at all.
You're too kind. And Garrick, perhaps you could supervise us, yes?
I've got better things to do.
Of course. Of course. Well, I do hope to have more thrilling conversation with you, Garrick, as our journey continues.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rain, let's get these other spikes in, and it goes around the tent to look for help with that. All right. Dinner is served as the tents are set up. Dinner's served. I think this is the final night with both moons full. Still not a cloud in the sky. There's less snow in this area. There's probably only a couple inches of snow on the ground here. As you prepare for the night, is there anything you want to do, any convo you want to have as you're around a campfire? There's a big 50-foot wide circle of camp set up here around numerous cauldrons that are burning different, or not burning, cooking, hopefully not burning, cooking different stews and other things above campfires, and a place for everyone to sit.
Every night that they're camping, Devonia's gonna go to one of the fireplaces and pretty much every night she adds more and more figures to carve because she's the closer that everybody that we get to Miranda is, the more anxious she is. Like, you've seen her carve and make stuff for you guys, but like this is like 10 times the usual. So
Okay.
she's just constantly like having her hands busy and painting and just kind of just keeping her mind off of things and just kind of just keeping busy.
Okay.
So that's what she'll be doing for when everybody camps for the night. And yeah.
I think Emil, in his kind of clerical role, will make sure that every night he comes and sits beside you for a couple of minutes and kind of, or near you and kind of nods at you, doesn't start a conversation, just and then wanders off, just to make sure you know that Emil's around because he's a cleric.
All right.
Garrick is going to complain about the quality of workmanship on the wagons.
Yeah.
And he's just going to start upgrading them.
Awesome. Someone will probably have a one of those, if you don't like it, fix it. Oh, he's actually nice. You're sick of this terribly bumpy suspension on this thing. Like, that's amazing. All right, night one goes by. Everything's a-okay. Blueberry's, keeping an eye on things here. Second night, same thing. We'll use that same one for the first half of the trip here. Blueberry, So, yeah, another night goes by. Another day on the road. The next day, Rain, you find that you've been sat in one of the trailers along with Goloneth. Who's surprised to see you. They changed up a little bit each day. Sometimes people just rush into their own things. Most of you are together-ish, and can certainly choose to be together if you hop in a cabin, hop in one of the trailers early. But you end up near, across from diagonally, Rain, Goloneth. You learn that he's a mystic. Ooh. You saw him as camp was getting unpacked. He helped out a little bit. You saw him doing some physical training and then meditating. And in conversation, you found out that he's a mystic, and that's why he's still in decent form. That's what the meditation was. He starts talking about plants. He's like this plantophile. And he loves plants, and he goes on and on and on about this plant and that plant, the gardens he's had. And then
I have an actual friend who is a plant hoarder, so
perfect. Yeah, I could sit and watch plants grow for hours. That's sort of the theme of your conversation starter with we're going at. In another trailer, there's a few of you grouped together. I'll say probably. Oh, good. What you got?
I was just going to say, not that Blueberry would know this. Does he have, if he's a mystic, is that what Astrid was? Does he have a tattoo? Was she in the Order of the Mystics?
Oh, she was in the Order of the Something, but no, this is a little bit different.
Okay.
That would be cool, though. Yeah. I gotta bring that back. Shame on me. Notes added. Neat. So we'll say that in another. I keep forgetting the word for a basic wagon. Okay, let's see. That's okay. Oren, Devanya, and Emil. You find yourselves mixed with some other people in one of these other wagons. And Devanya, you hear the voice of a younger woman, maybe in her late teens or so. I saw that. Let me check her. That was some quality work you were doing the other day. Last night I saw you working. Do you always do that?
Kind of looks at her hands. Yes, I do. It's How are you doing?
Well, I'm a bit nervous for the trip, but my parents went ahead of me with my younger brother, and I'm gonna meet up with them once I'm there. So I'm looking forward to that, I suppose.
What are your parents went first for work?
Right, to get settled, and they had a small shop, and they were looking to peddle their wares there in the city, and hopefully open up a shop there. They've been there for perhaps almost 3 months now. I was staying with me aunt and uncle, um, looking to save up a wee bit more money, all stable like back there in Metz. But I'm eager to get back to my family.
What do your parents do?
They cobble shoes. They're cobblers. Hey, I'm Lindsay, by the way. And she'll stick a hand out to shake hands with you.
Oh, Stefania. She'll shake her hand.
And you see about a 16-year-old girl. And she has cropped, curled red hair and dark brown eyes. She has she's very sunburned. Like extreme, from like a day, not even a day.
This is true. Redheads don't tan.
Right? Poor thing. So she's only about 5'1", has sort of a strong, kind of a beefy, like a farmer's build. Sorry, so I just have to tell you, right? When I do NPCs, I do them a certain way, and I thought I want to have just some out of left field NPCs for this, right? So I went to this new NPC generator thing, and it comes up with all these cool little bits, and they just describe the face. And so I put this in here, and I'm just now reading the face description. She has a diamond-shaped, hideous face.
Wow.
Dude!
Wow.
That's what it's from the generator. I'm like, what the
Hideous.
hell?
Hideous.
And you finally look up at this first.
Jumps out of the caravan.
Oh, why did they put that in here? Okay,
You're
but now
so mean. Shut up.
Hideous.
But it's canon now. She's a diamond-shaped hideous face. Okay, sorry. Oh, awesome.
Going to hell.
Oh gosh, we lost our DM. We lost our DM.
Why is it?
We lost our DM a long time ago.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true.
Well, the next thing is she has an.
Dude.
Dan, you should have read this before.
Yeah.
I should have.
Dude.
She has an extra thumb.
Well, that'll come in handy.
She has an extra thumb on her left hand.
Dan, how much booze did you put into your coffee?
No, this is just hilarious. What the hell? An extra thumb? Okay.
I mean, it happens, Dan. It
I know.
really happens.
Okay, so this poor.
We might need to take another break, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Poor soul.
Get it together.
Dan.
You created it.
I know. Oh. Okay.
Oh, my
What's her name?
cheeks.
Lindsay?
You're so mean.
Poor Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Oh, my cheek. My cheek.
Oh, this poor soul. Okay.
We may have to take
Dan,
a
just close it
Stop.
out.
break.
Close it out. Just stop looking at it.
Yeah, just
Okay.
yeah.
She talks to you for a bit. That's all I can do. Let me scroll past this.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Okay. So the next night falls. Oh my goodness. There's some cloud cover tonight. Oh, okay. Still very chilly as you have found yourselves in mid-January. And Blueberry, can you make a fresh perception check with advantage of
Yeah, sure.
Beth, I sent you a little message on our Zoom.
I love this weather.
28.
Nice.
Ooh, awesome. I'm trying not to make jokes now. Okay, so you.
Say it, stop thinking about it.
Okay. Thankfully, once again, everyone's safe. I would say I would go as far, Blueberry, as to say that you caught the scent of a couple of minor predators, but nothing that could stand up to your hybrid form. If you were to give them a good scare, I'm sure you'd send them yelping and running away, keeping this
Cool.
caravan safe. Yeah. uh, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to laugh. Oh,
Dan,
it's just so ridiculous.
Dan,
it.
don't think about elephants.
Right.
Just think about our biscuit war.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not drinking my coffee for a bit. I don't want to spit take it. Oh my gosh.
Now you got me on the laughing fit. Thanks.
Okay. The first week goes by.
Ed, what the hell?
That's awesome. Rain, of course, you actually get to know Golaneth a little bit. Very, very, grandpa-esque. And is moving to this city, to Miranda, because he wants to be, he's an herbalist as well, but he wants to apply both his mystic skills as a mystic and as an herbalist, together. Open up his own shop and help heal people. He's very much about all this, and of course he goes on and on about the little greenhouse that his shop will have, and everything else.
Cool.
As he talks about her family and how she's been training in Metz. She wants to become a sailor. She wants to become a sailor. She shares a little of that with you, Devanya, and asks you to show her how to whittle and such. She's very intrigued by your skills with that. If you'd be
She
at
should
all
be really
willing.
dexterous as well, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Is that something you want to teach her at all, Devanya?
Beth, what have you done?
Is that anything you want to teach her, Devanya?
Yeah, I was just waiting for the laughing fits to stop.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, she would definitely teach her over the course of the next couple of days.
Oh, all right. She's ecstatic, Nate. The first week goes by, and you find yourselves. Sometimes you end up in wagons with familiar people. Other times they're changing out. And all right. About a weekend, some people are starting to get tired of one another. There's small annoyances that are building, and there's an awful lot of people amongst the different caravans here. But still, everyone carries on. On the seventh night, there is. Oops. Sorry, I've got my over here. Boop, 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 boop. Here we go. Can you make a fresh perception check with advantage, Blueberries. I imagine anyway, as you're performing a patrol.
Mhm. So natural 20, so 31.
Ooh, nice. You get an early sign of some danger. You hear brush snapping and breaking under the weight of something. You start to feel some of the softer vibrations of some large creatures headed your way, almost not stampede-like, but rushing.
Okay, I'll run back to the camp. Where am I gonna go? I'll find Emil. Yes. And I'll say, I think some predators are coming towards us. They sound like they're coming at quite a speed. What should we do?
Well, let's get the party up.
Okay.
And maybe alert some guards.
Okay.
I'll see if I can find some guards.
Okay, I'll run around and wake everyone up and say, danger! Danger!
Hold on, I haven't done my calisthenics yet.
Awesome.
And then I'll go and run to where I would have potentially felt them coming and do hybrid and just kind of like wait.
Ooh, okay. I am grabbing quickly. Oh, that's what I need. Sorry. Where are yours? Let's see. Where are you going to be here? Gosh, he's an ancient. I'm trying desperately to find a token for you, Oren. We'll do this a little differently, right? Do a little theater of mine. So, as Blueberry collects you, is anyone like staying asleep or not engaging?
Did she wake everyone up? I thought she woke everybody up, right?
I think so.
Oren will stand with the group.
Okay.
I'll jump up and follow Blueberry.
Yeah, same here. Okay. It's at night, right?
Probably around 9:30, 10:30 at night.
All right,
Devania would have stayed up anyway, so.
Okay. All right. Garrick, are you joining after your stretches?
Yeah, Garrick will lazily get up.
Nice. Okay. You head back over to where Blueberry heard the noises, and Blueberry still hear them almost like they're circling the camp. Until a minute or two after everyone's gathered. Breaking forth from the brush are 3 giant boars. Tusk break through and snap branches and lower limbs off of trees. They kind of smash a couple of trees trunks as they're pushing through. And the 3 of them, there's enough space around you between the camp's a little bit off in the distance as you come over here to engage these things. And the 3 of them begin circling all of you. I'm going to not even call on certain skills or spells because you guys can obliterate 3 giant boars. Not a problem. So just for funsies, what would you all like to do? How would you like to tackle these? Really, you can do anything you want because you overpower them so greatly.
Twin spell with fireball on 2 of them.
Nice.
You don't even have to. You don't even have to twin spell that because it's an area of effect.
It's fun. Okay, shut up. It's fun. Leave me alone.
Nice.
That's true.
Shut up. Leave me alone.
Bring them
If
down.
anyone's got a spear, we've got dinner.
Hang on. I think I have a javelin.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, I do. I have a javelin.
Oh wow! How does one dog, especially a corgi, carry a javelin?
It's collapsible.
Very careful. Yep. Uh-huh.
It's what?
Collapsible. It's like a little, and then you press a button. It's like.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, that's how it is anyway.
I understand that completely.
The boars, as everyone prepares their stuff, as they're racing around, you hear some sounds from the camp, some little shrieks, some fright, and then some commotion building back at the camp as they've clearly heard the noise. They're very loud. Boars are grunting, and the sound of their hooves, running around you. Except for that one kid that's like, those are giant boars. I thought they'd be bigger.
You know, I think that Arn would probably, seeing if people were trying to get upset back at the camp, he would probably go back and try to convince them that everything's okay and to remain there in the camp, as you know, and just kind of tell them what's going on.
Yeah, Rain would do the same, but with small children.
Okay. Nice. Why are you shadowy? One of the girls asked. What's with your skin?
I just ignore it.
Awesome.
I roll my eyes and just ignore it.
Okay, so Devanya, you start your spell, twinning your fireballs. Back up, everybody. You're gonna get at least 2 of them. You'll be able to safely encompass as they're running in circles around you. Blueberry, you ready your javelin. Are you adding anything onto it?
I will probably cast Bigby's hand and grab the one that's not being incinerated by the fireball and hold it and try to grapple it for Blueberry.
Okay. All right. Ooh, nice. Aaron?
Yeah, I'll help Blueberry tackle the not incinerated one. I'll just like, as Blueberry goes to stab it, I'll do shocking grasp.
Okay, nice. Garrick?
Garrick pulls a heavy crossbow, which is gigantic on him, out. And it has a blue arcane bolt in there. And then he just fires 3 times, one at each of the boards.
Beautiful. And geez, that's awesome. And Emil?
Emil's watching the others and keeping an eye out in case there's a 4th somewhere.
Okay, nice. Let's go make a perception check, Emil, if you would. Please.
Sure. Only 20.
Awesome. That's incredible. Jeez. So, yeah, thankfully you don't spot. You're keeping a careful eye and ear out, but no additional baddies. So, like something out of an epic story tale to these people in the tent, they watch as you, back to back in this united fashion, begin Devanya arcing 2 fireballs up and to the sky to cascade down on 2 of these boars as they run through it. 2 giant boars that are just on fire, running now. They're slowly as they're quickly burning to death. Mort, you flip a few pages of your spell book and summon Bigby's hand that's just as large as the boars. You grasp it and press it down into the ground. As Erwin casts your what was it?
Shocking grasp.
Shocking grasp. You can run
Yeah,
up.
I'll go at the same time that Blueberry does.
Nice. Okay, so Blueberry. Mort, you push that down. Erwin, you run up with Blueberry. You grab the 2 tusks and cast shocking grasp through them. And
I'll do the javelin like right at the base of the neck, so we can still use it if people want to eat it.
Nice.
As Emil said.
Okay. Use those super anime strong corgi thighs to jump up onto one tusk, onto the other, up onto the head, and before you do like a spiral twist, all super epic. Orin back and Rain back, calming everyone down, like, oh no, just playing it off. Nope, this is fine. They've got it. and people seem to be nervous, but you and Rain with the children, you've calmed them down. And as they watch this, in awe, their jaws drop as you completely. I don't even know how to. I can't emphasize it enough. Take care of the problem at hand so definitively that you find over the next half a week as you travel, the arguing has stopped. Everyone feels much more safe and comfortable because they have this incredible band of clearly heroes that they do not have to worry any longer about what might be on this trail, about the dangers that they've heard, which are probably things like these creatures. Safety is effectively assured for these people. So that's how the rest of the travel's going to go, unless you all have anything you want to roleplay after that. I mean, yeah, it's giant boar for dinner for the rest of the next few days at least.
I didn't want to roleplay anything. I'm just going to say I'm going to have to scooch off now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So is that? Do you want me to like keep it up? Is that going to mess with the layout? If
I'll actually no, you go ahead because I'm gonna
Okay.
We'll wrap up here anyway. So
Okay.
You're good.
Bye guys.
Take care.
Beth. Do not let our stupidity, American stupidity. Oh man.
Yeah.
I think she saw them multiple times. You messaged that in chat.
I don't know.
Nice. Okay. Oh wait, did I miss someone else? Hang on, let me move over here.
Emil?
Oh,
yeah,
I guess
Emil.
wanted to go. Okay. So, we'll end as you all arrive in this incredibly gorgeous city. Let me see if I can open up. I will share this out, move us. The names are going to be off now, but that's all right. I've got to set that up too. Awesome. You know what? We'll save this for next when everyone's here. Beautifully built up city, built on different hills. It almost looks like the city kind of ebbs and flows, but you don't see any rundown section. You don't see any section that's particularly ritzy or fancier than another. It just looks like a gorgeous spread out city that is built over all the hills here at the base of mountains are probably just a half an hour, well, maybe like 15-20 minutes away, but filling up the background, the landscape. You arrive mid-morning, and it's just that fresh mountain air wafting down. That chill in the air, certainly. But it's just it's actually a really beautiful sight to behold. Everything's relatively new, within 5-10 years, and it looks wonderful. You've arrived in Miranda. Divanya, this is not this is not the Miranda you remember. And in fact, this almost seems like a slightly different location. You remember Miranda right on the mountainside, not 15-20 minutes away on the hillside. And that's a good place. I think we'll end it there. Whew, all right. Well, thank you all so much for being here with me tonight. I had a lovely time. And thank you for your patience in me running so far behind tonight. Thank you, viewers, as well. I hope you all had a good time as well. Here's our schedule. We have all the D&D all the time across the whole week. We have tons in this 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. time slot. On Saturday evenings, we have Tower of Dreams that runs 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. And let's see. Every Friday from noon to 3 p.m. Eastern, Steph does Mad Art with Steph. And if you aren't already a member of our Discord, you can always consider joining. As in there's a channel to request different scenes, different fan art from across all the campaigns. And Steph will put that together and put a vote on it. And it is a boatload of fun. And then Sunday afternoon chill, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern is Mad Bird Plays, hosted by Victoria. And it's fantastic. She takes folks from across our community and plays a bunch of different games with them, tabletop games and tabletop simulator, sometimes Jackbox. Consider checking out. All right, that is, let's see, all of our stuff for tonight. So I think that we're going to
Patreon.
Yes, yes. If you support us here, and you, I would encourage you to instead consider joining, supporting us on our Patreon. Or if you're new and looking to support us in a monetary way, please consider checking out the Patreon. And I say that for folks who subscribe here because you'll still get your subscriber die. We can just offer you even more through the Patreon. Check out the link there if you would. You can see all the fun things at the different levels. Lots of fun. It's fun interacting on a more personal level over here. I'm enjoying it. Oops. Okay. So, sorry, my computer does not want to do what I wanted to do. So we're going to go ahead and raid Legendary Action Official tonight. We're doing a nice charity stream here, fundraising stream rather. And I hope you all have a fantastic night. Very much look forward to catching you all again soon. Of course, you've been watching Stormfall. This is our Friday night campaign, 10 to 1 a.m. Eastern. We will catch you soon. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye.